Hello, 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 and welcome to Motivation Monday. I'm Megan DiMartino, and I am so pleased that you're here with me today. And we are going to talk about leading. And I have been thinking a lot about this word and a lot about the facets to this. And I'll go through the acronym. And this was an acronym was created by Lundy, Rise and Grind, wonderful man and a great thought leader. And he is a great leader. And he was a leader in his field of automotive, and he is now consulting. And as you consult, you are still leading, and you're helping others, meaning the management teams, to lead as well. And as I embark on a consulting career now, I have been thinking about this word, but also putting together my course for the spa industry and then another one for small businesses. I have been thinking again a lot about what goes into that. My course is called the $1 Million Spa Master's Program. But to have a master's program, there has to be a plan. And in order to have a plan, you have to lead and you have to put that together. But then I've also been thinking about a lot about families, and I've been thinking about the dynamics of a family. Last week was the National Daughters Day, and yesterday or today is International National Sons Day. And so a lot of on the Facebook, as well as just chatting about families, has been prevalent. And so I've been thinking about that as well, because as a parent, you're leading. So this acronym is hand in glove with that. It's not just from a business position. It's not just from a management position. It's from a position. Glenn shared a point this morning about his son, who I'm not going to go into the details because it's private, but he was talking about his son who was basically being a little willful, and how he and his wife are handling that, and from the standpoint of leading. And so I'm just going to start right now just with that acronym, but lead, and then we'll go into each word. But lead, the first of that is L, and it is listen. And the second is encourage. And the third is advise. Also, I think assist, but advise. And then develop. And as he says, and I love this, the double D is daily. So listen, encourage, advise, develop daily. It's not just a once and done thing. It's not just going to a class or a training when they first begin at the business or evolve it. Well, I'm going to go into that word evolve, but a little different with children because they're evolving and they're going from age to age and changing and so forth. But so is an individual. And that's where listening, let's go back to that word. And that word is so important, and it's so ever so important than today. People to listen to each other and to listen to what people are saying, because you cannot lead anyone. The adage says you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Very true. But the word lead, meaning is kind of taking that rein. I don't know much about horses, but taking that, whatever it is, rein, and bring it over to the trough or the water. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So what's drink? I guess basically, well, obviously it's, the drinking of the water in that adage. But again, as you're leading, you can share until you're blue in the face. But that's not listening. That's just speaking. A relationship is a two-way street. You have to listen to that person and hear what they're saying and help them to mold into the philosophy and the culture of the business, because everyone is coming from different places. And this is applicable just to people in your life. People are coming from different places, and they have to, the adage, people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. Well, buying to me is not hitting someone over the head to say, you must do it. It's like lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink, can't make them buy. But they're going to buy into, or they're going to join, or they're going to become part of your team as you listen to them and listen to their concerns and listen to what they have to say, and then encourage. Now, we were talking this morning on the Rise and Grind Elite, and excuse me, going to be maybe a little bit of that. But this one person was speaking about a dynamic at where she works, and I'm not going to give any details, but what Glenn shared and was so masterful in that she is fairly new at this job, and she felt uncomfortable in how management was handling something. And he advised, and very rightfully so, that these people are in management because of years of experience, and that you have to respect that. You have to listen to that. Now, over time, if that is still uncomfortable, then therefore dialogue should be had. But until you try what management has suggested, then it's just you coming in with your point of reference. So it is so important to blend and merge all of this, but it is about listening to their concerns, listening to their questions, listening who they are, because you will glean so much about a person and where they're coming from, and use that. And I don't mean use from negatively. I'm saying use it to understand that person and to understand where that person is coming from. So listening is so, so important and so valuable in the tool of leading, listening, and then encourage. And that I could write a whole, and I will in my I should say in my course, but encourage, because encouragement is that's why the word hope is so important to me, because it is the fuel of possibilities. But encouragement also says that you're listening to that person and you're hearing them and you're encouraging them in a positive fashion to adhere to the culture of the business, but also to maintain their own personhood. So you have to listen and then encourage that person. As I shared how Glenn said, these folks are in management because they've been there a very long time and they've learned and earned that place. So there has to be respect. Well, that's a whole other word in this dynamic, but it is respect, but respect is earned. Respect is earned by management listening and encouraging, and then advising. To me, the word advising is such a key word to helping people be successful. You're advising them. It goes beyond the listening and the encouraging, and as you've built a relationship and the fundamentals are established, advising goes into that daily critiquing, and I don't mean critiquing their job, but meaning that critiquing what's going on in the day. That is how you build a team, is by you. It's not just one, it's not just the other, it's everyone collectively. So when something was, let's say, less than really that perfect special pampering attitude, there was never one person that lied upon. It always started with the chief cook and bottle washer. But it also was a team collective, because it's always that domino effect. And again, it gets back to communication, listening, knowing the person and the persons involved, and putting that dynamic together. but the buck stops here, and you have to be able to take that responsibility in order to be a leader. So listen, encourage, advise. And advisement is, not this. Advisement is saying, have you thought about this? And, talking, but really getting to the root of what was going on, because therefore, if not, it's just hearsay and it is not factual. It's because there's three sides to every story. So it is about advising not only a person, but the whole team with the philosophy and having them understand clearly the why, because you have to come from the why. Because if it is just pontificating, this is the way it's done, it'll go in one ear and out the other. But if you educate and advise from the why, then that person and persons know that it is a culture, it is the philosophy of the business, and they understand, and then they own it. And that's what happens with teaching from the why. They own it. They take that information and they assimilate, first absorb it, and then assimilate it into the daily round. And it's amazing and fantastic to listen to them say, oh, well, this is how it's done. Not because they are little puppets, but because they own it. It's part of them. They have become part of the culture, and they are proud of it, and they will share it, and it will live on. So listen, encourage, advise, and develop. And what I think develop is one of the most gratifying things to me as a leader, is that when you see an individual grow from beginning to where they are, it is joyful. It is absolutely joyful. I could go on and on and on, and it would violate privacy, but that is the foundation of the master's program. The foundation of the master's program is developing individuals to be successful, because it really is all about that. It's not about the success of the business. As I say again and again, you do not build a business, you build people, and people build a business. And so as you develop that person, and that person just grows and evolves, then that person is so proud, not only of themselves and what they have accomplished, but also what the business is doing. And the gentleman today who was in the spotlight, I wish I had looked at his name before I jumped on, but I did share, and oh wow, what a wonderful interview. So it's on my Facebook, the interview with this gentleman and Glenn Lundy today. But as he shared, and he is a manager in management, general manager of a car dealership, and he said, and I just so loved it, because this is how I manage and this is how I feel, is that you become family, and that they are there because he chose them, and that he loves them, and that he would do whatever it took to help them. And that is how I felt and feel about anyone that I have developed, worked with and managed, and helped rise to who they are today. So it is just to me, management and managing and leading, I would prefer, because managing to me is more like corralling people. It is leading. It is leading people to become the people that God created them to be, and that their destiny. They may not be with you forever, but you've put so many amazing seeds into their spirit and their intellect, and that they will take that and they will just build from there and create just a beautiful life for themselves and everyone and everything that they touch. So I just, and I started out speaking about family, but if you want to take these words of listen and encourage and advise and develop, then you can take each one of those and utilize it with your family. Because listening, how many times, because I am a parent, and how many times, and I feel like, and the girls have always said this to me, Like I have a lot of daughters who I've brought up, so to speak, and in business. And these foundations of listen and encourage and advise and develop is the fulcrum of any leading or leadership position, and a parent certainly is that. And how many times have you been personally, I'm talking about personally, exhausted and things happen at home and you're not paying attention, nor do you choose to pay attention, and you're not listening. And there's so many things that are being said in the middle and around. And if you were just paying attention and listening, you would really understand. It wasn't, let's say, children bickering with each other. There was so many other things involved with that. But if you listen to it, you can discern that and really understand and ascertain what truly is going on. So the word lead is such an important word. Listen, and just take this word. I'm going to encourage you to do this for this week. Take this word, and when you're listening to the news, and when you're listening to friends of yours debate different things, listen to the heart of the matter, and listen, encourage, advise, and develop. So I hope that helped. And I so look forward to continuing my consulting work with other businesses as I embark doing speaking and further writing and of course consulting. So if you have any need for that, please contact me at the MeganDiMartino.com. My book, Hope and Possibilities Just Over the Horizon, is there, and it is at no charge because I truly want to bless you and give people encouragement during this season that hope is the fuel for possibilities. And do go there and download it. It's a PDF. It's easy reading, and I think you'll enjoy it. It's a foundation to this New York girl deep in the heart of Texas. And we're coming in today on my personal Facebook page, but we have a new official Megan DiMartino Facebook page, and I would love, love, love you to like that. We're working towards getting to 500 friends, and then we're going to be able to do with algorithms more things. And we do film this on that as well, but we would like to segue over to that. So if you could ask your friends, family to do that, that would be great. Also, I don't think it's not on our Megan DiMartino that the best of, right? It's not there. No, meaning where they can vote. That information isn't there. No,
It should be, but yeah.
but not on Megan DiMartino. It's on my the Novita site. Is it on that?
It's on
Yeah.
that one too.
Yeah. Okay. So today is the 28th of September, and this is really near and dear to me and to my girls who I've spoken about today. If you would take a minute to go to novitaspa.com, NOVITASPA.com, Elizabeth will put the link in the text of this also. But if you would take a minute, this is the best of Georgetown. And it's for 2019. And we're serving Georgetown Novitas Spa Medical Rejuvenation Clinic in 2019. Before, I sold Novitas Spa brick and mortar in June, so half of this year. But this is really for 2019. So if you would take a minute and vote for us, and you don't have to be in Georgetown, you don't have to be in Texas, you can be anywhere. Just go to that link and vote. And if you want to vote for other businesses, please do. But go to Day Spa and vote for Novitas Spa. It would truly mean so much to us as a team, as the closure of this period and this evolution into the next period of time for my personal life, my business career, as well as the ladies. And so it's just an acknowledgement that we truly would appreciate. So the novitaspa.com of course, is there, and our shopping cart of our products is there. We sell our products throughout the United States. We ship actually internationally, so they're available anytime, anywhere. You can buy those 24 hours a day at novitasspa.com. So we look forward to seeing you on Friday, this Friday, when we have a very special guest joining us for Unique Leaders. And I'm very much looking forward to this interview. She is a gal that I met at Sharon Lecter's home, and she is a unique leader for sure. She actually is in Dallas today. She lives in Scottsdale, Arizona. She's a chiropractor by license. She and her husband have a chain of chiropractic offices that actually also do regenerative stem cell therapy. But she also now is doing real estate with eXp Realty. And on top of that, she has a heart of gold, and she has a nonprofit called Candle Wishes. So she's in Dallas right now for the Candle Wish organization. So her name is Christy, and she will be with us at Christy Morgan, and she will be with us on Friday. So I know you'll be blessed by that interview. Have a wonderful week and really marinate on that word lead, because we're all leaders and we're all communicating all the time. Have a fabulous week and be blessed.